The topic that my group is doing is on Australia's commodities boom. Now, you might be wondering, what are commodities? Well, commodities are tradable goods that can vary in price. These vary from precious metals such as gold to fuels and to foods. So, how does it create a boom? It occurs when the prices of commodities rises rapidly in a short period of time, which can occur due to two different instances, either a sharp increase in demand or a sharp fall in supply. What started this commodities boom? Due to the rapid growth of emerging Asian economies such as China and India has significantly raised world demand for natural resources. Resources such as coal and iron ore are essential for Asia's power stations and steel mills, which has been crucial in driving economic growth in Asia. How does this relate to Australia? Well, Australia is abundant with natural resources. It is estimated that Australia has 22 billion tons of coal reserves and trillions of tons of natural gas reserves trapped beneath the ground. The amount of oil that Australia produces now amount to about 25 million barrels per year. Australia is also rich in uranium. A part of Australia, Western Queensland, contains 3 billion tons of uranium ore reserves alone.
Australia's commodities boom has effect on both its consumers and producers. Australia's commodities are mainly exported to developing countries like China and India. Their strong demands have incited the prices of the commodities to rise sharply. For these consumers of Australia's resources, the high prices will have negative effect on them. It will lead to a higher cost of production for these industries. In turn, industries may raise their product prices to cope with the rising cost, but this reduces their competitiveness in the global market. Australia's mining sector, which mines commodities like iron ore and coal, will see a different effect due to the boom. In the short run, the commodities boom will benefit the mining sector as they will have higher demands for their products. Since mining requires a high setup capital for the equipment and probing of the mines, supply will remain constant for some time to come. With surging demands from China and India, prices will continue to rise. This will generate more profit for the mining firms.
Also, we will touch on the positive and negative effects of the boom on the Australian society. One positive effect is the increase in GDP due to the higher consumption of commodities, which improves the welfare of the people. On the other hand, the boom might cause some negative effects on society. The appreciation of the Australian dollar could lead to a contraction of the manufacturing and agriculture sectors, which will lead to an increase in unemployment. Also, there is the potential threat of foreign imports replacing domestic goods, as foreign goods will be cheaper. See, the commodities boom has a large effect on Australia. Therefore, in response to the boom, some of the actions taken by the Australian government is to use contractionary monetary policy and fiscal policy to counter the effects of demand pull inflation. However, it could be ineffective due to the recent Queensland floods and global economic recession. The federal government has also lifted the tax threshold on commodities such as iron ore and coal from $15 million to $75 million. This has significantly raised the Australian government's revenue, which is then redistributed to its smaller industries, such as the agriculture and manufacturing sector. Furthermore, due to rising prices of domestic goods as a result of inflation, an anti-dumping and countervailing system is implemented to prevent the cheaper foreign counterparts from replacing domestic goods within the domestic market. Despite the many benefits of the commodities boom, there are potential future issues that could affect Australia. One of these is the rise in global commodity prices, which could lead to the potential threat of inflation. The boom might also cause shifts in the labour market from other sectors to the mining sector, as higher salaries are offered by mining industries. The boom could create more employment opportunities as well, which reduces unemployment and increases economic growth. Although this seems like a good thing, however, it could lead to the potential issue of increased unemployment and reduced economic growth instead, as there's the risk of the collapse of the mining industry due to supply outstripping demand if the rising Asian economies were to slow down their growth. Also, there is the possibility of the Dutch disease. The possible appreciation of the Australian dollar due to the increase of exploitation of natural resources will lead to the rising prices of manufactured goods, thus making the manufacturing sector less competitive.